Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth! I sounded a little bit constipated there, I'm not going to do it again, so let's just move on. Now, if you remember, in the last episode, I wanted you to just bomb on, basically. I wanted to try and get this league wrapped up as quickly as possible, and I feel that we've done a fair old job of doing that this month. Our first game of the month, though, was a very, 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 very strange game. Very, very disappointing. Now, we do have a LiveCom, so I'm going to try and I'm going to try and skip and switch through these very, very quickly. Yeah, you're going to see this as well. I'm going to wonder, you're going to see, you've seen it. Look, what? Basically, Hartlepool turned up, had very little possession, had quite a few chances, but again, it was 4-3 to us on clear cuts. That naturally means they win the game. Neil Austin put them in front very early on, then Bradley Garmston made it 2, and then Emil fucking Heskey. What are you doing? 3-1, even Heskey scored. Heskey is at Hartlepool, which is kind of appropriate in a way. Jeff Stelling would be absolutely going nuts right now. Ben Chorley's penalty late on, and I did throw everything at them after that, but we just couldn't break them down. I don't know what it was. We just had we could do nothing about them. Hartlepool were insatiable in this game, and at first they were good in the league, but they've really, really slumped. Like, they were really struggling, like 20th place when we played them, despite having been in playoff contention earlier in the season when we played them. And I think we beat them then. Yeah, 3-1 away. So they beat us 3-1 at Fratton Park. Last time to do that, of course, was Morecambe there. And then Mansfield before that, I think that's it. So we've been pretty strong at home. So in our next game, I decided, let's go out and try and rectify the issue. Unfortunately, we were unable to do that again, because as you'll see from a lot of the games lately, when I go 2-0 up in games, for some reason, we are unable to hold on to it. Dagenham were a lot better than us in some respects, but we did a lot more possession. Jed Wallace put us in the lead early on, and then Scott Doe's, but what about that goal, Doe? Own goal was able to put us 2-0 to the good. In the second half, Abu Agogo, who, every time I hear his name, like in real life, all I can think of is that song that's like, wake me up before you go. Yeah, indeed. Do they sing that when he scores? Or do they play that goal music when he scores? Because if they're not, they're missing a trick here. Then Pierce Sweeney was able to level, and we actually were lucky to get away with a point from that game. So, not the best start to the month. And in fact, that was 3 games now without a win, and the wobbles just seem to happen. You get these great spells, and then you get these little wobbles. Well, you do, and then you play Exeter City. We've scored 13 goals against Exeter in 2 matches this year. We beat them 7-2 at St James's Park earlier in the season, and now we beat them 6-1 at Fratton Park earlier in the season. And believe me, they were lucky to have, well, to be honest, had they not scored, they'd have been lucky to have none. They were awful. Matt Oakley, I'm pretty sure he used to play for Derby County back when they had that horrific Premier League season. He's carried that form into, well, apart from the fact he scored, into the game against us. Miles Storey got himself a haul. He scored 4 goals in like 28 minutes of game time. His final goal was in the 48th minute, I think. I'm fairly certain of that. Yeah, 20, 34, 38, 48. We were 5-0 up in that game before the 50-minute mark, and then Craig Westcar was able to make it 6-1 late on. We were superb. And I know in the last, I mean, you'd probably find the last episode was named something about Miles' story. Well, this month might just be that part 2, because he's been unbelievable. Like, obviously, there was these little blips here, but that one game, he just went, no, I think I'd quite like to be top scorer in the league, and then decided that he was going to do everything he could to prove it. Unfortunately, we then had another wobble when we went away to Cambridge United. Craig Westcar, again, with the goal, putting us in front here. Ryan Bird's late goal, very, very annoying. We had 8 clear-cut chances to none. 8-0 on clear-cuts in this game, and it was 1-1. I hate it so much. It's so frustrating when that shit happens. And that brings us to now against Oxford. Now, I'm just going to show you the league table before we get into this game. We were 16 points clear of dropping out of the playoff, out of the promotion spots before, weren't we? At the moment, it's dropped. The gap's now 14 points, and we're 12 clear of Carlisle. So it's not really got a lot worse, to be honest. We're like 2 points less, so we're still right in there. And a win today against Oxford would be good, because they are pushing for that automatic spot now. They've moved on, and as you can see, Hartlepool have flown back up the league. Christ on a bike. I know I say that expression a lot. It's just one of those things that I can't stop myself from saying. They were up, then they were down, And now they're up again. They are yo-yoing within the same season. Miles Storey is now the top scorer of the league, and he bloody deserves to be. He's been superb. Just do a quick update on the stats before we get into the game. Miles Storey, 26 goals in 30 appearances. What a legend. Attenjana and Wallace and Bartram with 11, 11 and 10 each. Assists, Jed Wallace still has 14, but Ricky Holmes now has 11, so that's good for him. Most player of the matches, well, obviously Storey has won that, and I think he will win that this season now. Partington, of course, is winning there. Yellow cards, Danny Hollins has 8, and no more reds, of course, which is good to see. Somehow, despite that result and his goal scoring, I guess it was only one game, he still isn't the best player on the team on average. Right, so I've set things up a little bit, and we're going to nip into the game. Oxford are playing 2 up front, but we are at home, but they're a good team. What are they like for pace? Do we know much about Brown? Pace, 13. He's reasonably fast. What about this lad here? He's 12. I'm tempted to sit off them a little bit, rather than closing them down. It's worked in my St. Pauli series lately, so I just wonder if maybe we could... Let's have a look here. I'm going to just sit off them a little bit. Not like close down less, but just not that much. I don't want to push higher up either. I'm taking a lot of these off at the moment. We are going to work the ball into box, because we're just better when we do that. I won't use tight... Or should I use tight marking? I might use tight marking for this one. We can obviously adjust all this stuff once we get into the game. Let's do a quick pick and just see if anyone... Attenjana is fit again. Is there anyone I'd rather be playing? I'm actually going to put Obeng in here instead of Winter, because Winter is actually doing alright, but I think Obeng, in the long run, would probably be a better player to have there. Quite a strong bench, too, for this game, so I'm pretty pleased with that as well. Hopefully, we can make this work. Let's see what we do. Let's just see. We do need to be winning home games against the likes of Oxford. We've had a few slip-ups here lately, and I can't afford for another one to happen, basically. So let's try and push on. Yeah. Oversee. Yeah, alright, then you can do that. But I already do have mine set up in the past. I generally do listen for those ones, but I have my own one set up for the actual positions rather than the players, because otherwise when they make substitutions, you've got to change it all. Obviously, that sometimes doesn't always work, but in the long run, it just saves you some time. So, let's try... Let's just go for this and see what we can do. From the off here, Webster picking up... I've no point in commentating on this bit here, because obviously it's just going to be... Very rarely do you actually score during this highlight. Anyway, moving along. Right, so... Oh, Christ. Rose's free kick. What a save. I think that was a save. I'm not sure. I think that was... No, it hit the post, actually. Oh, now we have a throw-in. Holland's ball in, and Watmer's cleared, but Bartram, can he get a shot? Attenjana turns inside. Storey. Wallace! How did he not score there? Was that cleared off the line? Jed Wallace has a shot cleared off the line. That's a shame. Hopefully we can keep on pushing at them again. And another chance here from a throw from distance. Watmer! Watmer! Oh, he scored. Jack Watmer. It's only his second goal of the season. The other one was a penalty. That's his first goal from open play for us this year. Portsmouth 1, Oxford 0. That is what we need to see more of. Hopefully this isn't just a blip early on and we can actually carry on and push for this. Holland's ball thrown in here, and I think this must go straight through the defender. He just misses it, and Watmer just gets a flick on it and is able to put it into the net. 1-0 Pompey, and that is a huge, huge goal for us. Let's see if we can keep pushing for it, and we've got another goal here. Another chance here. Wallace! Oh, it's 2-0. Uh-oh. Oh, I hate 2-0s. If we get... This is the sort of thing when things go wrong, though. We're 2-0 up early on, and what always seems to happen in these games is when you go 2-0 up, things go horribly, horribly wrong for you. Let's see. If we can get a third goal, I'll feel a bit more comfortable about things, but that's generally not what happens. Suddenly, they just always seem to turn on the quality the moment they go 2-0 down against my teams. It's just one of those things, I think. So let's see how things go. Let's see if we can avoid another shameful performance when going 2-0 up in a game, just like we did in the St. Pauli game, in the St. Pauli LiveCom, where we were 2-0 up. And, yeah. Well, you know what happened. If you've watched that episode from earlier today, you'll have known what happened in that game. It was a humdinger. This highlight's been going on for a very long time. We managed to win the ball back again, but again, it's just going to go straight back into their half. Here's Mullins, whipping it down the wing for Potter, and my God, we're allowing them a lot of space in those areas. Just get out to him, make the tackle, don't bring him down. Oh, Jesus Christ. And it starts. As it just always happens. You get 2-0 up, and suddenly everyone becomes Barcelona. They did nothing in this game. We go 2-0 up, and suddenly, oh, they found a tactic that works against us conveniently. What was the goalkeeper doing here as well? Like, oh, Jesus Christ. What is that shit? Oh, this game is broken. Holland's ball thrown in here and cleared away. Partington, get it back to Hollands, get a ball whipped in and get someone with a big old head to get on the end of this. Hollands. Oh, Christ. Loses the ball to Riley here. Now, you better not let them win this. Right, Obeng managed to win the ball back. Thank God for that. Drops it into Partington, who's getting about quite a bit. Get into the middle. Wallace manages to lose the ball. Let me guess, Hilton's going to catch that. Of course he is. Whips it in, and let me guess. Nope, we managed to get it clear. Meters, he's going to play it out to Hilton. Hilton's ball in, and Brown. Oh, what a save. And I don't know what to do here. We're 2-0 up. Come on. Sorry, we were 2-0 up, and yet again, things are getting a bit more difficult for us. They've really they're throwing everything at us. I guess that's what you have to do when you're 2 goals down. I'm just hoping that this doesn't bite us in the arse yet again. I'm getting sick of losing 2-goal leads. It just seems to be so easy to do now. Okay, let's get in a half-time, a 2-1 up. I don't know what to do. Do we tighten things up a little bit? Do we drop deeper? We can't drop deeper. They're already pushing onto us. Right, what can we make? What changes can we make tactically at half-time here? I am going to drop down a little bit. I'm going to close down a little bit more since we're probably giving them a little bit too much space. Maybe that's what's causing the problems. Maybe that will shore things up a little bit. Hopefully we don't have to start doing what we did and... come on, we need the big win here. We need this. I know we're obviously probably going to win this league and go up anyway, but I do want to try and wrap it up as quickly as possible so we can try and break some records this season and unlock some achievements. As far as I know, we haven't unlocked any more since I did that achievement video a day or two ago, which you, in theory, should have seen by now. Nui out on the wing. We look like, in terms of chances in the second half, we've actually done... Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. Danny Rose? Oh, right, different one. And there's the usual turnaround of things. Go 2-0 up. Immediately they become Barcelona, and you can do nothing about it. I might have to do what I did in the Sapali game, and it seemed to work, but whether it'll work in this game, I don't know. I'm going to give it till 70 minutes till I make any substitutions in this one, because I just want to see if there's a chance that we don't have to do silliness, because I really hate that that seems to be the only way you can win these games anymore. It does seem that if you get into the lead, they just become amazing, and there's nothing you can do about it. Attenjana loses the ball, long ball downfield, and Webster will clear that up. Watmer. We have lost Paul Robinson. He has gone back to Millwall, so we've had to... Well, I say had to. We've started playing Adam Webster a bit more, which is never a bad thing. And Wallace is... Oh, Pompey are back in front. Not Ross Wallace, what am I talking about? I think Ross Wallace used to play for Pompey, though. Jed Wallace. We still haven't had a clear-cut chance, apparently. But that is our 3rd goal of the game. And we are back in front here at home, so maybe, just maybe, we can salvage something from this game yet. The ball just rolls to Wallace, and he thumps it in the far side. Hopefully now we can... do something about this. We have been better in this second half, to be fair, so maybe the fact that they scored was just a bit of a blip in the game. I think we have definitely improved in this second half, and now that we've got ourselves back in front, hopefully we won't have to rely on last-ditch heroics to try and win this game, because we should be winning it. Well, we should be winning it fairly comfortably, but Oxford are a decent side. They're having a good season, and ball through to Miles Storey here. Can he be a hero for us even more? Miles Storey! Good save there, but Jed Wallace is on the... Oh. Because apparently their fullback is twice as fast as Jed Wallace. I'm just going to wait till sort of the 70-minute mark, and that, yeah, we've probably got players that are a bit knackered now, so let's see what we can change. I'm going to say Ricky Holmes on for Bartram, just because I like that switch. They do play really, really well. Where do we really need changes? Right, okay, Hollands is looking a little bit thick, but then so's Partington. Hollands has played quite well. I'm going to bring on James Dunn there. Do I make a 3rd change? I daren't, just in case we need to bring on a striker or something later for some last-ditch effort to try and win this game, when inevitably Oxford are able to find a way through us. Oh, we've got a corner though. Holmes is ball in, and it's cleared immediately. Come on, get it back to Holmes. Dunn loses out. In theory, they should just whack this upfield, and we should just be able to win it back. Lob downfield, and it's brought down by Webster. Holland's now in the midfield, whips it out down to Danny East. East plays it down. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be a good touch, but in fact it wasn't. It was a shocker. Hilton shouldn't be able to win this ball. Oh, and apparently he can from that angle, because that's possible. Why are they so much faster than us as well? I know they've got a right pace, but Jesus. We've got 10 minutes to go. Let's just do a team talk here and say, tighten the fuck up. Maybe I should have said concentrate, I don't know. But hopefully we can get away with this and get ourselves a 3-2 win. Oh, Holmes whips the ball in, and James Dunn saved. And... penalty! Yes! Okay, right. 4 minutes to go. This should be able to kill this game off. And damn, them 2-goal leads. Who's taking the penalty? Is it Watmer? Who's taking it? Oh, it's Jed Wallace. Come on, Jed. Oh, he's fucking saved it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Guarantee you they're going to equalise now, because that's just how these things go. We've missed a fucking penalty as well. Oh, come on. Come on. Minute 15 left. You can do it. Get the win. And I think that is actually going to be the win. Storey here. He's actually not been that great today. And that looks like it's going to be it, though. Yes! Pompey 3, Oxford United 2. We were made to work for it, but if you look what happened in that second half, once those changes I made started to take effect, we really did start to come into our own, and we're maybe a little bit unlucky to concede the second goal. My bad for not starting that way, but we did miss a penalty and maybe could have gone further. Oh, that would have been his hat-trick. Jed, what are you doing? Should have scored. But that leaves us now 14 points clear of Southend and 17 points clear of Burton Albion. You've got to say, we are as promoted as you're ever likely to be. I want to see how far ahead we can get. Can we get like 25 points clear and win this league at an absolute canter? Because we are going up. There is no doubt about that. So, that is probably going to be about that. Let's just see what we've got in the next month to come up. March, it's a busy one. Also, we do have the youth intake in March too, so look forward to seeing whether we've got any new gems coming through. We've got quite a few games as well, so it could be quite a busy month. It won't be a LiveCom in the next game, I don't think. I've got a lot of stuff to do, so it will just be, unfortunately, the standard stuff being every other. If I can get a bit ahead of myself, I can probably do a LiveCom every day, but at the moment I don't have enough time to do that because I've got work, obviously, and I have an operation next Wednesday, so I am going to try and make sure, I'm going to try and do my best to make sure there is going to be no days where there isn't 2 episodes going out, like one in the lunchtime, one in the evening. But if that does happen, then the reason is because I'm so high on anaesthetic that I can't, and plus because I'm having mouth surgery, I might not be able to speak very well, so I'm just a little bit worried about that. So I'm going to do my best to get as many videos out as I possibly can, but when I can get a little bit, so the following week after that though, you might see live comms a little bit more often, because I can get a little bit more ahead of myself and only have to do one a day, which will mean that I can do a live com every single day then. So look forward to that if I can get hold of a way of doing that. And when I get a new computer, I will be able to do live comms in every single episode, so look forward to that as well. If you guys have liked what you've seen in this episode, which I hope you have, it's not quite as exciting as the Sapali one, but still not bad, please feel free to hit a like on this episode, and if you'd like to even more than that, there's a lovely, juicy subscribe button that you can hit too, and that will put things in your inbox twice a day with, I would say with my beautiful face, but not with my beautiful face, because for a start I don't have a beautiful face, and secondly, you don't get to see it, thank God for that. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.